What's going on, everybody? Yashua Suarez, and this is another episode of the Edge Realty Podcast. All right, so today we're doing a little bit something different. We've done this before, but it's been a while, and it's about that time of year again where we start getting into some crazy times for us here on the backside of things, not within real estate, but more with our community. And today I've got a special guest. She's my right-hand woman. She is my chaos coordinator when it comes to these events that we put on in our community. Bethany Kidd is in the house today. What's going on, Bethany?
Hello. You're my partner in crime.
Yes, ma'am.
We do it all together. We get in trouble together, and we do it all. So.
We either fail together or we rise together.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yes, 100%. Team.
Dude, so I wanted to talk about, obviously we have a bunch of, we do two major events every single year. We do our Easter Edge Hunt and we do our Trunk or Treat.
Yep.
Now, at the time of this recording, we're about 2.5 weeks out from, actually about 3 weeks.
Reminding me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
From our big event, which is the Easter Edge Hunt. This is going to be our third annual one. Our first two got rained out.
Yeah.
Or no, the first one was COVID.
Yeah.
Second one got rained out. And then our third one, our third time around was our first one that we actually did.
This would have been 5 had the other 2 actually gone through.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, all right. So let's tell the people, we want to kind of give people a little bit behind the scenes look of what it all takes to kind of put this together and all the craziness that goes through and all the people that it takes to really put this together as well,
It's not just me and you.
Exactly. So, a lot of people, they always see like the photos, they see the videos that we put on Facebook, even like the aftermath of the fun that we have, but they don't see a lot of the craziness that goes on behind it. For one, trying to get help stuffing the eggs.
Oh yeah, that's not an easy task. So we try to start stuffing weeks, like we need to start next week, or probably needed to start yesterday, but we're gonna start next week, I'm sure, because I started moving everything over in the other room. So we start stuffing weeks ahead of time. People take them home. I'll send people home with bags of candy, bags of eggs.
Giving them homework?
Yes, giving them homework. I do it myself. I'll sit on my floor and do it. So yeah, that's our biggest thing, is to get all of them done, because this year our goal is to have over 7,000 eggs. Yes. That's a lot of stuffing to do.
So I think I think you counted the other day, and we already have way more than that already. Now, not saying we're going to use them all, but we have plenty.
Yes. So we're ahead of the game this year with what we've already kept from last year egg-wise, because a lot of people donated eggs back last year empty. And then I've got more since. I always get them after Easter, so I can get them on sale. Year before last, I took everything from Walmart Neighborhood Market that they had.
That was clutch.
Yes.
That was so clutch.
And then that was the year before last, and then last year, so this time last year, I bought a lot too online that were already that were marked down. So yeah, I have a ton. Yeah, we start sending them home with people. I'll text people and be like, hey, what are you doing? It's 9 p.m. Are you stuffing eggs? Their kids stuff eggs. So yeah, it's crazy. That's a lot of. It seems like it's easy to do. It just takes a lot of time when you have that many.
It's time consuming, man.
It's very time consuming. So we do them after meetings. We do them after trainings. I'll go buy pizzas, and we'll all do it during lunch. And then of course people do it at home for nights and nights.
Man, it's awesome. It's awesome seeing it, especially when everybody's kind of scattered around the conference room.
Oh yeah, we'll just spread them all out.
Spread them all out, all the tables. We got like 5 or 6 rows of just like assembly lines.
Yep.
It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane.
It is insane.
So these events are a labor of love with a little stress, with a little stress sprinkled on top, to be completely 100%. Honest with you. What's something that you feel as though is kind of something that people don't really realize whenever it comes to kind of putting these events together on the behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Like, what's something that you feel people don't really realize?
I think like I said earlier, that, you and I talk about it on here, and then me and you do the videos all the times promoting the events, but there's a lot of other people that have to help. Easter, especially, because it seems more spread out. To me, Easter seems more spread out. So we need people everywhere. And those people don't just come out of the woodworks. You got to go find them. You got to ask them, like, are you going to be there? So that's something I don't think a lot of people realize, that we have to help. And that's not just with the eggs, just the things that go on at the event, getting equipment. Like I said, for trunk or treat for Halloween, we have like the porta potty. We have to go get that. The lights. I had to go get that, take those things back. So it's things that happen really behind the scenes that people don't understand that me and you can't do ourselves. So we have to rely on several other people to help us with those things.
And it's all volunteerism. Everybody's volunteering. Nobody's technically getting paid for this.
No, that's an idea. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Should we start putting some invoices out there?
Yeah, yes, an invoice. Yeah. So that's something that I don't think a lot of people realize, and honestly, how long it takes me and you to plan it all. I mean, we started Easter collaborating, me and you, with ideas and stuff in January, maybe.
January, yeah.
Just starting, and then we'll start for Halloween really soon. Probably August, July, August, just to make sure we're on track. Because I mean, we're here at the office and see each other every day, but this isn't the only thing that we're talking about and doing. We're working too. So
exactly.
So it takes us time to once a week we try to meet and kind of come up with ideas and stuff like that. But we got to do it plenty of time.
Dude, so we do plenty of collab sessions.
Yes.
Plenty of collab sessions right here in the office, and it's man, it's awesome because we get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've with all the stuff that we've done before, starting off from the first one that we did, we learned a lot.
Oh yeah, we learn every year.
That was for sure. Yeah. I think that one was a giant learning curve though. 100%. That was a huge learning curve. We weren't very prepared for that one.
No.
Let's and I just noticed I just actually took your question, so I apologize.
No,
we're doing a co-host thing today,
and I'm new to that.
I need to get out of the frame of always hosting this. Going back to that first Easter egg hunt that we did, Trunk or Treat has kind of always been a more seamless procedure because it kind of does itself because a lot of the volunteers take on a lot of the responsibilities.
We've done it double the amount of times.
Yes, exactly. We've done it more times. Exactly. We started off with that one first.
Yeah.
Easter egg hunt though. Going back to the first one.
That was a new one.
What were your thoughts going into it and then right after?
Going into it, just a little stressed with some of the not wanting to do everything exactly the same as Trunk or Treat. Still wanting to have its own things.
Yeah.
I don't have the same things doing. And then with this being an open community event, you don't know how many people are going to show up. There's no RSVP. There's no invite list. The chamber shares it. Obviously, our big sign that we have out, all of our emails that go out, people on Facebook. There's thousands and thousands of people that see it. We don't know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
So, that was the stressful part of me is I know how many show up for Halloween, but are people out of town on Easter weekend? Or, just different. There's baseball season. It's just different time of the year. You don't know if people are going to show out. And so that was stressful for me of not knowing who were going to come, how many were going to come. And that was our biggest issue was we had so many people that came, which is great. That wasn't an issue. It was issues that we weren't prepared enough for it.
Yeah, we were definitely not prepared for it.
No, that was great that they came, but we did not hold up our end of it where we had enough stuff because we didn't know.
And the community definitely voiced their opinions on it.
They
definitely voiced their opinions on it, which is okay. Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
That kind of comes along with the territory. You know what I mean? But I think that with the amount of eggs, because we only had about 1,500 eggs for that event.
Yeah, 15 to 2,000, I think. Yeah,
and there were definitely kids that left with nothing in hand. Unfortunately,
yes, we got some mean girl looks from some moms, and I did not know what to do.
I had no idea.
I was taking eggs from my kids' basket and throwing them out, and then if I saw my cousin's kid, I was like, "Oop, thank you," tossing them out fuck Oprah. You get an egg, you get an egg, you get an egg, throwing them out because there was none. We did not have enough. We could have done all of those eggs for the first hunt and been safe, but we had 2 more hunts. We did three hunts, so totally underestimated that. There was just no way of knowing. I mean, it could have rained and no one could have showed up, and it actually was cold.
It was
very windy.
Yes.
Very windy and cold, and then had the perfect amount. You just didn't know. So that was, I think, when we came back together that next Monday, we were like, we need triple the amount of eggs next year.
Right.
And it's just what we learned about it and other things too, but that was the biggest thing.
I think that was definitely the biggest thing, and it kind of sucked because obviously it's for the kids, it's for the community, and you never want to see them walk away with after an event to be sad.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
But no, and parents were I heard comments, people were posting on Facebook. It was rough.
It was rough. It
was
was rough.
rough.
But we took it in stride.
Yeah. And there was a lot of people that weren't like mad. They were like, wow, y'all didn't have enough eggs, but y'all had a ton of people. So just next year, more eggs. We're like, yeah, got it. Not everyone was that nice, but, you know, and a lot of people understand this is a community event. Like, they're like, oh, I just drove by and stopped. I didn't RSVP. So they didn't know my family of 5 were coming. Well, times that by 100 people.
Yep.
We didn't know. We didn't know.
Yep.
So a lot of people were understanding.
It was a great turnout.
Yeah.
It was a great turnout. And
it was amazing. Yeah.
And then the second year, it was almost night and day.
Yes,
the
night and
second
day
year was
last
almost
year.
night and day. We learned a lot from the first one. The second one, we came in, and I think we had over 6,000 eggs. That time, and we had three different hunts, and we even did a sack race. We had music. We knew where to put the DJ this time.
Oh yeah,
because I think the first year we put the DJ all the way in the corner where the only power source that we knew of at the time was over by the bathrooms. And then so we finally got him to come over by the stands. There was a power source there, perfect placement. I was on the mic trying to MC the entire thing, and every time I would go more than 60 feet away, which the hunt was almost clear on the other side of the field.
Yes.
Every time I'd go even close to the field, I would end up cutting out because I was too far away from the receivers. And so this last year was great. We were able to kind of have it more centralized, we even had a giant tent as well too.
Yeah, because the last year the wind was so the first year the wind was so bad it was blowing everything away. So that tent really helped to block and
arts and crafts everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere.
We had the bounce houses. We had 2 bounce houses.
Yes, we did.
For this, so because we had the room, so we used that room, did something that the kids would get their energy out. I hope a lot of kids went home, took good naps that day.
For sure.
They were going nuts up and down those things, jumping, and then of course the hunt itself. So
it was awesome. It was awesome. So I think we added the bounce castles because I don't think did we have the bounce castles the first year?
No.
We didn't have the bounce castles the first year.
That was last year.
We didn't have the giant tent. Mm-hmm. We didn't have.
Didn't do the races.
Didn't do the races.
Didn't do the races. Yeah.
We also, I think we had fewer sponsors for that one. But again, we kind of rallied up right after that first one, and I think the second one was great.
100%. Oh yeah, and we felt that feedback, heard that feedback, saw that feedback, and still there was things people were like, oh, let's do this better, y'all do this better, and we take that stuff and we remember it, we take it into consideration and try to put it into effect for the next year.
For sure.
Okay, well, we kind of talked about it, timeline for planning, how far in advance it takes. Trunk or treat doesn't take us near as long. Mm-hmm. We kind of say it runs itself. I mean, it does take a lot of planning, getting the sponsors, communication with all them. But as far as the night of trunk or treat, I feel like it's night and day different than Easter. It does itself because the sponsors are doing a lot with their trunks.
I think that's the big thing. I think the only thing that we is crazy for us that night is leading up to it and then organizing everybody.
Yeah.
Organize everybody because we want to make sure we want to make it systemized so that everybody has their spot. Mm-hmm. All those volunteers that are doing their trunks have their spot. Yeah. They have their place. They know when they can set up, where they can set up, and then also having to communicate with all the other because we're in a shopping area.
Yeah.
So to have all the other businesses around us to understand what's going on.
Move the cars.
But thankfully they're always great for the most part when it comes to that. Yeah. They're very understanding, and a lot of them even join in to help out as well too. So it's always a great community. Again, it takes more than just us to put this together, and they're a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I think having that already understanding, I think people already know what's going on, and then we end up blocking off the entire parking lot. So some of the businesses even close down early for us to be able to put this together.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think having that relationship with them, I mean, we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
But the craziness for us is definitely getting the cars in.
Yeah, it's the afternoon of.
Yes.
And another thing about the preparation of planning it is we plan it so early for trunk or treat because there's other businesses and churches that do trunk or treats, and we've actually heard through the grapevine that people don't want to do theirs the same day that we do ours because ours is so popular. And I've already had someone ask me like a month ago, hey, when y'all doing trunk or treat, we're not going to do it the same day. So we like to plan that so people know, because people are going to ask, and we don't want to do ours if a ton of others are doing theirs. So, you know, we try to work together.
Yeah.
So we like to plan it ahead of time enough where people can because like I said, I've already been asked. So,
yeah, it's crazy to think about though.
Yeah, it is crazy. It was February, and someone said, "Hey, when y'all doing trunk or treat?" And I was like, "Huh? It's February." And they're like, "We're planning ours. We don't want to do it the same night." You know, so people don't have to choose. Looking at the calendar too, people like to look at when Halloween is, the night of the week, football games, if there's a home football game, stuff
True
like
that.
that. If kids are already at school, lots of things that play into it, picking the date. So we like to be prepared and look at it as early as we can. So that's kind of the timeline of when we start planning.
For sure.
That one.
For sure.
Easter, it's kind of hard. People are going to be out of town, maybe. But we just got to plan it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to do it, and just put it out there. I think the big thing that helps us with getting so much word out there is having this prepared already, like way in advance, so we know when exactly when we're going to do it, and then putting the Facebook event out there. But not only that, but having the sponsors. Our sponsors have been absolutely amazing.
100%.
And I think that's one of the things. You know what? Should I pull up the sponsor list?
Yeah, do it.
All right, we're gonna go a little off script here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up.
And this is 3 weeks out, so we still
Yeah.
have time for people to join. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it today. Maybe we've had more. I don't know.
So let's go ahead. I'm gonna just go off the cuff here and just kind of go with the list. All right. So we gotta thank a lot of people. Like I said, it's not just us that puts this together. It's also our sponsors that help us out with donations, with volunteering, with helping set up, with getting the word out there. All of the above.
Yeah.
So for instance, like we've got like Whit Davis Lumber. We've got Sente Mortgage Allows Team, Easy Roofing, Harp's Food Stores, CNS Heat and Air, Kids Unlimited Learning. I think it's Kids Unlimited Learning Academy, I believe. Cricket Wireless, First Electric Co-op, Rocktown Mortgage Group from Flat Branch, First Arkansas Bank and Trust, Sally
Beebe.
Running
for school board.
Yep, she's running for school board. That's the first one. We've never had someone that's running for a board on there before.
Yep.
Definitely have to thank Austin Ready Mix, Paragon Builders, and Austin and Jones Consulting. And then Hillenberger Heat and Air.
Yeah.
A lot of these have been returning folks that have always helped us before.
Every single event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think was the difference this year? That I think we had ones that we've never partnered with before.
Oh yeah, there's a couple on there that have never done one before, not for any reason they maybe didn't know, new to the area, and that's a thank you to the chamber. Gina, Rachel, Candy, they share this out with all their chamber members, which I wish I knew how many chamber members that the Cabot has. I don't know, a lot, and they sent that out in an email as soon as we had the flyer done.
Yeah.
They've sent it out a couple times since, but that first time, and that's where 4 or 5 of those saw the flyer, and they did your form from there straight to it and got in contact with us, and now they're a sponsor, and they've shared it, like I said, multiple times, and each time I think we've gotten either a sponsorship or people called us or asked questions or something like that started the conversation. So that's a huge thank you to the chamber that they did that.
Yeah.
And that's what they're there for, is to help small businesses in the community get information out and with their members. Like
Most
I said,
definitely.
I wish I knew how many members they had. I don't know. Rachel, tell us how many members chamber has.
Right.
But so that was huge. That was different this year that we got more.
That was really cool.
From just that way.
Yeah, in that form, that avenue. I think one I forgot was Overtime Lounge as well too. They're doing sponsorship in kind as well.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about them, but shout out to all our sponsors. Thank you guys so much. Again, without you, we can't do any of this.
No.
What about when the time the events are supposed to start compared to when they actually start?
Time of the day of the night.
Yeah.
Okay. That always gets me. So I'll start with trunk or treat. So that one is interesting because, like you said, here we do trunk or treat in our parking lot. There's other businesses that aren't closed necessarily. So we have to just be in communication that they're going to have to at least move their cars if they don't want to close, but they have to know that there are going to be cars here.
Yes.
And people start getting here early because people set up their trunks here. A lot of them are big, extravagant,
setups.
Thank you. Things that they build or put together, and it's hard to do somewhere else and bring it here.
Yeah.
They do it here.
Yeah.
So people get here early and start setting up. So we have to have our parking lot prepared for just our sponsors to be here to start setting up. And then we say it starts at 5:30, but there's usually people here at 5, and that's just sometimes people read the time wrong, or they just have something else to do. They want to get here early.
Yeah.
So that's hard, because if you're coming early with your trunk-or-treaters and our trunks aren't necessarily set up yet because it's not time, they might not have their candy out yet. So we try to make sure to tell our sponsors that you need to be here early, get here extra early. Even if you don't think you need an hour to set up, give yourself an hour to set up, just in case you forgot the tape at home, something broke, this or that, and you have a couple minutes to, us to help you, or come run in here and do something, or run to Dollar General or whatever. You forgot the candy. You want to go, if that happens a lot. People
Oh,
candy.
yeah.
You gotta go get more. And so we tell them to get here extra early, but we also, we tell them a time. So we like for our trunk-or-treaters to be here around that time so they can get what they came for. That's the candy and the games and the fun and the goods. And our food trucks, we tell them to be here at a specific time and have their stuff ready, because people are going to come hungry and they're going to be standing at your window ready to order. Yes. So they have to be ready. So that's always hard. Sometimes I feel like we feel very bossy saying that.
Yeah.
But it's for a reason. We want the food trucks to sell their food out. We want them to sell out and have no more. We want the sponsors, our trunks, to give out all their candy, play all their games, and we want our trunk-or-treaters to get what they came for. And so it's just very kind of strict on that time.
Yeah.
I feel bossy. I feel mean, but it's for the greater good.
It is, and it keeps everything a little bit more organized. I think it's if we can keep everybody to that, and we say that a lot of it, not only just for organization, but for safety as well too.
Oh yeah.
So we can kind of keep the area safe, and we know that if there's going to be pedestrians kind of walking through the parking lot, that we know, like, hey, like because if you get there around 5, if you get there at 5:30 and you're trying to get into the parking lot, it's going to be madness. Like there's going to be people already. We might turn you away, to be honest with you.
And that's because we have hundreds of kids running around, and adults, but kids especially that are so excited they're not watching for the cars pulling in, that it's just not safe. And that's just something that we have to really, and it's hard there's only 2 of us. Yeah. And there's other people that help too, but they're probably they're at their own trunk, or they're manning something. They're at a specific area that they're not watching either. And so we just can't have enough hands and the safety is a big thing. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the safety is not as big issue because of the area for Easter hunt. But the timing is important for that too, because if you're there way too early, then we're not set up. Yep. I mean, we're not going to be set up way early in advance, just because it's not possible. So if you come super early, ready to get stuff started, you might have to wait on us. Yeah. We're not going to be late, but we're not going to be like hours early.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want everybody to have fun, but I think it's it sometimes makes it a little difficult because people do want to get there super early.
Especially for parking. And we understand that. We totally understand that. But we can't start a hunt early or anything.
For sure.
So.
All right. So tell them how sometimes as daunting and as time consuming as stuffing the eggs can be, can you tell them like how sometimes we kind of make it more fun?
Yeah, we can put a little competition in it sometimes. The people at home will tally up how many they did sometimes and send me a text and tell me how many they did. In the office, we've seen people trying to see how much they can fit into eggs. Which, if you stuff eggs, is not very many things. So, like a good old Skittles pack is not going to fit great into an egg.
And we're talking about the fun size, too.
Small Skittle pack, yeah. If you just get a regular egg, you can get the jumbo eggs, which is a regular egg. So, people will try to, see how much they can fit into the egg. And then, of course, just how many. I think one time we had big empty trash cans to put them in, spaced out in the office. So Jim was seeing how many he could make. Well, then he didn't realize that the eggs were breaking once they landed in there, so they were opening. So he had to go back and redo his. So I stopped counting how many he made into the trash can because he was breaking them. I put a little fun in there to try to get our mind off of it, because you can stuff it pretty fast, but then your fingers get a little sore after you've done 400.
Oh, for sure. All right, do we ever actually plan for weather, or just kind of plan for panic?
I panic. So yeah, I panicked definitely a couple weeks ahead of time watching it, and then the week of. Halloween, not as much because I don't feel like it's the rainiest season. Easter definitely because it's March or April depending on when Easter falls. That's just the wet time.
Yep.
But we have that option. But for trunk or treat, we don't do a backup plan.
Yep.
So and that sucks. But that's just how the dice roll. So
and
we haven't had to do it.
I was gonna say exactly. I was like knock on wood.
Yes.
Knock on wood. We haven't had to do it just yet.
We don't want to have to. We love being outside. Usually the first year, like I said, it was windy, but still the weather, it wasn't like super, super cold, super, super hot. It's been warm for Halloween.
Yeah, that was a weird thing, yeah.
We haven't had to wear our hoodies for that. And that year I was pregnant, so I was really hot. But it's still outside. You got fresh air, a lot more room to roam, so we don't want to have to use our backup plan for Easter if we don't have to.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this year we're kind of stepping up things a little bit, right? And we want to have more available to the community. So what's something new that we have going on this year?
Last year we added sack races in between hunts because we space our hunts out and there's a little bit of time in between. Well, like all kids, they don't want to be waiting, so they want something to do. So we did sack races. We bought the big old sacks and we did that. So this year we're still doing the same thing, but we're going to do way more competitive where we're rewarding the winners. So we have we'll do 2 races, and then the qualifiers, what number we come up with, we'll announce it, of course, details that day so they can hear it and remember. There'll be a final, and we're placing first, second, and third who win those sack races. And so our first place winner is going to be passes to the aquatic park, which is in the same area.
Park, yeah,
so parking, same
park,
parking for the Cabot Aquatic Park. So the winner of that will get a tickets to that, passes for that. So
thanks to First Arkansas Bank and Trust for that one.
That was their sponsorship. So that'll be fun. That's exciting. So it was fun. Last year kids like to do it, but they always, we want to do it when they're winning something.
Yeah,
and then we have a second and third place prize too. But that's our big one. Yeah. So that's exciting.
That's going to be exciting. So they're going to get a season pass to the aquatic park.
Yep.
That's going to be awesome.
Yep.
See, and I think adding those are like the little things that we start adding every year.
Yeah.
And I think it just makes it even bigger and better every time.
Absolutely.
And
things people remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? And now it's not just about bragging rights. You know what I mean? Now it's more about actually winning the physical prize in your hand.
Yeah, you get something. Yeah. And that's what kids want.
That's legit. I love it.
And we're supporting our another. I don't know. Not a small business. I wouldn't say, but they're huge and have been around forever and ever. But that's still supporting someone else in our community. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because they're going to take one kid out, and then they're going to have other kids. They're going to buy food. So it's just giving back to the community, but also supporting our other businesses.
For sure. One lucky kid's going to be getting a pass to the aquatic park all summer long.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can make friends with the parents and be like, hey, you want to take me with you? Take me with you.
I see what you did there.
I wouldn't mind getting a pass to the aquatic park. That'd be freaking awesome.
I know.
That place is pretty awesome. Have you gone?
I have not. I've seen it up close from being there. And driving past, T-ball fields and all of that. But no, I've not been in. Oh, I think I'm lying. I did.
So they've got like a kiddie area.
I went for the kiddie area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then they have a giant pool.
Yes.
And then they even have a giant like slide or waterfall slide that's right there onto it. Yep. Then they have one of those spiral slides that are really cool that you go into. And then they also have the lazy river.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
I just lied. I did. I took Jack for like a mommy and me play date thing when he was really little. So I stayed in one area the whole time because he was little. He was like barely walking. So I didn't get to go and be a big kid there, though. That's what I didn't get to do.
I'm telling you got to go. You got to go. Take him now.
Yeah. No, he would love it now. He would a little bit older. For sure. 100%. So last thing on Easter, we talked about how many eggs we got. We're trying not to run out again. And we might even have more than that. So we recycled a lot of eggs from last year. That was a big thing we did last year that I don't know who gave us that idea. So after the hunt, we had trash cans set up at the corners of the field, and kids could dump their candy or goods from their eggs into their basket and return the eggs. Yep. A little recycling there.
Yeah, right.
And we kept those, and we have a lot of those, and so we really don't know how many are in those. I mean, what's that gallon?
I mean, it's a isn't it like a 50 gallon?
Yeah.
50
So
gallon
we have 2 of those full, and then of course what we've already bought, and in boxes and stuff like that. So the plan is to not run out, so we have a lot.
Man, I want kids to like walk away with basketfuls.
Oh yeah,
like I want them to be like, I don't need to go
100%.
anywhere else. I mean, not saying not to go anywhere else, but but you know what I'm saying. I just want them to be absolutely fulfilled and be like, you know what, we're doing this every single year.
Yeah, follow us on our social medias because the dates, the info, weather information, if weather's not iffy, whatever, you can see who our food trucks are. I'm sure we'll do a video soon kind of promoting it that we'll post. So but be on our social media so you're updated with all that info about Easter Hunt because it is planned. It is April 19th.
That's right.
Saturday morning, 10 to 1. It's the day before Easter, so it'll be fresh on your mind, getting you in the Easter spirit for Easter Sunday the next day.
It's at the Cabot Sports Complex.
Yes, yeah.
Right off of the Highway 321.
I mean, it's a soccer field.
It's
right?
Yeah, I think it's a football field.
Yeah.
Football field. Yeah,
Okay. There was soccer practice there last week. They use it for both. Yeah. That's where we use it. So it's that whole space.
Yep.
We set up on both ends, food trucks, jumpy houses, obstacle course, jumpy thing. On the other end, the tent with the arts and crafts.
Face painting.
Face painting with the balloon guy walking around making balloons, DJ. So we have that whole area.
Yep. So. And then this year we're also gonna have some of the sponsors actually set up out there as well
we're gonna
too.
have some sponsors set up, some other things we kind of have in the works, and then the sack races. So it'll be awesome.
It's gonna be so sweet.
Yes.
I can't wait.
So that's Easter this year.
That's Easter.
Yeah.
Make sure you like
April
Bethany
19th because last year was March.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, so April's Easter's later in April this year. So
April 19th. Put in your calendars.
Yep.
Put in your calendars.
Be
Or
there.
just go to the Facebook event, just like Bethany said, and save it in there as well too.
Yep, all the info.
All right. So moving on into trunk or treat. All right. So there's not as much like we already said this, but there's not as much chaos when it comes to that.
What do you love about it? What do you love about Easter?
What I love about
trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat. What I love about trunk or treat is going back to the first one. It was almost not easy, but it was well, how do I want to describe this? Like it's something.
I don't even feel like I remember the first one. It was so long ago.
It was so long ago. Yeah. and we did it. It was before we came into this office. It was when we were at the other office and next in the next building.
Yeah.
But it was a lot smaller. I think we only had like maybe 15 trunks, but we had an immense amount of people. Mm-hmm. I think right away we found out, and we only had one food truck.
Yeah.
And we had a DJ, but we found out real quick that we needed more because of all the people that came by.
Yeah.
The traffic was insane. we had cars parked everywhere.
We get that a lot.
And I think that's when we found out that we needed to have some sort of like guidance and help from the Cabot Police Department to bring out somebody to kind of control traffic a little bit.
For safety.
Yeah, for safety, for sure. Yeah, that's our big concern is safety over everything else. And we didn't coordinate with the other businesses that were around either to kind of let them know like, hey, like we're going to be doing this, and there were still cars and traffic going through the parking lot.
It was a lot.
So, all right, but to kind of answer your question, like my favorite thing about it is I feel as though like it's almost come to where people expect it now, and it's grown so much, and it's still I think we're still going to be growing this year as well too.
Oh yeah.
To where people come and they just have a great time. There's people that come and they stay the entire time.
Yes.
Because there's food, there's a place to sit and eat, there's music, there's candy, there's games,
petting zoo.
And petting zoo. You know, and it's been so awesome to just kind of see everybody, and the looks on these kids' faces whenever, I mean, for the ones that we can see, because unless they have a mask on or something like that, but the creativity that comes along with that as well too.
Yeah, we see the good things.
Seeing those faces, and then also talking about creativity, the creativity of our volunteers that come in to do the trunks.
Yeah,
how creative they've gotten with that. We've seen some crazy different trunks.
Tell me, what is your number one trunk?
That's a hard one. Okay,
I wrote mine down.
So I've got a few.
I have a few too.
One was when we had our buddies. I want to say it was the Malikians that did it.
No,
they did.
You took
wait, it's a different one. It may not be the same one because they've done it every year. So the one I love was the one that they did where Patrick was the Joker. Patrick was the Joker,
yes.
and he brought by the Corvette.
Yes,
he brought the purple Corvette by.
Yes.
That was awesome. And then another one of mine was Pearl Land title, where they made like a whole pirate ship on the back of a pickup truck.
Yep.
And that was pretty awesome as well too.
Uh-huh.
And man, I'm trying to remember another one. Oh! I can't forget this one because they do it every year as well too. Is Bel Air Barbershop. Bel Air Barbershop brings in an entire trailer, and they do. It's like an enclosed trailer, and they do. It's like a mini haunted house that they do, and it's really really awesome. I think those are some of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
What would you say? All right, so you said you had written down. What was yours?
So I had written down, and this is not being biased at all, but the Malikians always do. They do so good. So they did Yellowstone.
Oh yes,
I loved it.
That was so good.
But that was because like the show was like on and everyone was in the watching it, binge watching it, and it was awesome. So that was good. One year we had 2 Barbie. And
yes,
I
we
loved
did.
seeing that.
Yeah, Brooke did one, and then who else did the other one?
Tracer
and Alicia, yeah.
And then Zippy. They did one too, right? Did
they
do Barbie? I thought. I
remember they did the Elf.
Zippy did Elf.
Zippy,
yes,
yeah, from
Zippy did Elf.
From
Elf.
Yeah. I was trying to shout out their company though. Fletcher.
Oh, for Fletcher.
Fletcher Auto.
Yeah. Malikia, they were Trump one year.
Yeah, this last year.
Yes.
All right, so I'll say this. I got to give it up to the Malikians because they stay with the times. They're very.
I think he already has their idea for this year already picked out.
Yeah, because
he is devoted. Her, but both of them, they are devoted.
Scarlett and Patrick. Yeah. I think they did that when they did the Joker. It was when that original Joker was coming out of the one with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
So they did that one.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome.
Candyland one year. Candyland was good. Last year we had Marvel superheroes.
Yes.
We had that one.
How can I forget about that?
We can't. They used our boards.
That was so good.
Yeah, that. And we try to help people however they're like, hey, I have this idea. Do you have anything? Because you never know with all the things that we do that we might have something.
So many power sources, you know what I mean? So
So we try to help with any type of equipment that we might have or creativity or ideas because we've seen a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm missing some too. I'm sorry, guys. I love all of y'all's, but I can't remember on all. But yeah.
Dude, I think those are, it's been so crazy to see. And then oh my god, so I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have the DeLorean right here in the studio. That's from Back to the Future 2. And last year I ran into a young man. I wish I remember his name. I didn't catch his name, but he was there with his family, and the young man was dressed as Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And I'm talking about down to the T. Like he had the glasses, he had the vest, the shirt, he had the sneakers. I'm talking about like to a T. And I nerded out. And I had to go talk to his parents and say, do you mind if I take a picture with your son?
Yeah.
I'll have to post that again too. That was pretty awesome. But the fact that he was down and he knew exactly who Marty McFly was, it was. I mean, he couldn't have been more than like 7 or 8 years old. Though.
Yeah.
And that movie's like 40 years old. So I don't know. It's. I'm showing my age, but.
I've never seen it.
You get out of my studio right now.
Oh
my gosh, yeah, Bethany, we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna show you the whole series, all 3 of them.
Oh, there's 3. Yeah.
There's 3. You're gonna love it. Yes. You're going to love it.
I mean, Jack loves the car when he comes in here. True. So.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, you can say it's for Jack. We'll say it's for Jack.
Yeah. It's for Jack.
All right. So what do you think, in your opinion, is harder to pull off? Is it trunk or treat, or is it Easter?
Easter.
Can you get it out?
Easter. Because it is newer. We still, like I said, it's our 3rd year to do it, but still, that's pretty new compared to we've done trunk or treat. Is our 7th year? 6th year?
Yeah. I want to say.
I can't even keep track.
I want to say it's our 6th.
Yeah. Okay.
It's our 6th year.
So, and we do more for Easter, whereas trunk or treat, the sponsors, because they're doing the trunks.
Yeah.
Like, we don't do trunks, you and I, so we're,
we're facilitating.
Still facilitating, but we get to enjoy it too.
Yep.
Whereas Easter, we're making sure all the eggs are out. We're making sure we're on time. We're making sure the bouncy houses haven't lost power and they're deflating. We're making sure that the food trucks are good. They still have their power source. They still, we have to make sure ahead of time, like, y'all know y'all have to have a lot of food.
Yes.
That we're making sure that the tent isn't blowing away. We're making sure that they still have enough paint. Like, we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Yes.
For Easter. And maybe that'll change as we and we have help. Other people are helping us do that. So you and I are on our phones calling people, hey, can you run down here? Because it's a big area. They ain't running nowhere on that area.
Yeah, luckily we get people that volunteer and they'll kind of like manage an area.
Yeah, we put people in like leads positions.
Yes, and thank God for that, man. Because if not, we'd be.
But you and I are still doing a lot.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Usually, you and I are like running around.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm still trying to do Easter egg hunt with my kids.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, because Maggie will this year. Last year she wasn't, but this year who do they want? They want Mom.
Yeah.
Because we know where Corbin is.
Yeah, right.
We know where Corbin is. So, and by that he's the bunny. I don't mean he's not there. I mean he's the bunny, so he can't help. So I have grandparents there to help, but I want to see them. So like during that hunt, I'm trying to help them or be there and watch them for a minute. So a lot more facilitating on that event. Yes. I love it. We love it. I'm not complaining, but it's just a different type of job that day. I
go home after that, and we're usually home probably about like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And I pass out.
Yeah, it's a long day. We're there early.
Yeah.
And that's different too. Easter is morning 10 to 1.
Yep.
Trunk or treat's at night.
Yep.
So we're preparing all day for trunk or treat, whereas Saturday morning we get up and set up and it's started. That's different. It's more stressful for me. I don't have all day to remember something or go get something we forgot. I've got the day before, but if I get there at 9 a.m. and I forgot something, like, I better call someone to go get it for me because I ain't leaving.
Oh yeah.
So trunk or treat's different in that aspect.
Oh yeah. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
I think again talking about the team without like calling people out. You know what I mean? Like
I'll call people out.
Who do you...
I'll call people out.
I know you will. I got good
ones though.
I know you will. All right. So like who steps up, who panics, and who disappears until it's time to take photos?
Okay, I'm gonna start backwards. Who disappears until it's time to take photos? Trunk or treat, Corbin. Not on purpose, but he is wanting to see all of the trunks. Mm-hmm. He's wanting to see all of the kids, so I don't know where he's at. Again, Corbin for Easter, but he only disappears because he is the bunny.
Yeah, he's hidden.
So, and so people are like, "Hey, where's Corbin? Where's Corbin?" And I'm like, "Here's a bunny," trying to not tell the kids. So that one, neither one does he disappear on purpose.
Right.
One of them is for just fun and seeing things, and the other one is he volunteers for the bunny suit, which is not probably exactly fun because it's probably hot.
Yes.
But he's.
I'm pretty sure he brings a change of clothes to change
he has to. He's
into
disgusting.
Like after he gets out.
He's disgusting. Yes. So he likes holding the babies, scaring the kids. Like he likes the Easter. That part of Easter hunt is that he's the bunny. So yeah, he disappears. Who panics? Me.
I was going to say.
I panic because I don't want to forget anything.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. For both events, I don't want to forget anything. And I always do, whether it's big or small, and whatever. If it's big, then we'll figure it out. But I panic.
Ditto.
The team, who steps up? I do have some names on here. Easter, Reed steps up.
Oh, yeah.
Because Reed does videos with me, and he does not like it. But he does it.
He's voluntold.
Yes, he is voluntold. I'll just give him the eye, and he knows, okay, I'm going to have to do this, even though I don't want to.
Yes.
So Reed steps up and does videos with me for Easter.
And he knocks it out of the park, though.
Oh, yeah, he does great.
He knocks it out of the park.
He is great. He just doesn't want to. Ashley, Jim, Greg, they help y'all go get lights for trunk or treat.
Yep.
Because we have to pull those.
Yeah, we have to go pull those up.
Pick those up, bring them, take them back. So they help with that because not everybody has time to do that, wants to do that, feels comfortable pulling it behind their car. They help out with that. Greg, too, for probably the week before both events, he just does whatever I say. He just does whatever I say.
But he's down, though. You know, he's always down to help out.
If I need something picked up, if I need something dropped off, if I need something fixed or go get this, I'm like, Greg, go do this for me, and he does it. And I can boss him around a little bit more.
For sure.
A lot of our agents show up for both events to help with specific areas. Mm-hmm. Face painting, Jessica and her family love face painting.
Dude, they've done it every single year.
Her whole family, her kids who I adore so much, they help. And Jason, who probably doesn't want to spend his Saturday morning painting kids' faces, they do it. They're great. They're actually really good at it.
They are, yeah.
And then we have arts and crafts table at Trunk or Treat. We have just people kind of walking around filling people's buckets with candy. our agents show out and help us.
And the families.
And families.
Oh,
yeah.
Too.
Veronica's son.
Yes.
Colston always helps.
Yep.
He's a huge help because Veronica does.
Carrie's oldest son usually helps out as well, too.
Yes. And Veronica, shout out to her because she's the one that has the full-size candy bars.
Oh, for Trunk or Treat,
Trunk or Treat. She always has a fun game. She does full-size candy bars. And that's not cheap. So that's, yeah. So it's a team effort. It's not just me and you. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot to do. And we all get the reward of it. And couldn't do it without all them.
I'm telling you, man.
Couldn't do it without you.
Dude, I couldn't do it without you. But no, yeah, it's insane how much help it takes to kind of put all these together.
Yeah.
And I think with
sure.
with the group that we have, and I think the fact that it does, we do get to enjoy it either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even as busy as we are during those events, like we still really get to enjoy it, and everybody else gets to enjoy it that are volunteering as well too.
Yeah.
Because it's and I think that's what kind of makes it worth it. And now that we're more organized with everything too, everything flows a little bit more seamless.
Every year, each event flows easier and easier as we learn.
Yeah, and I think that puts ease on everybody as well too when it comes to volunteering. They're not as worried about having to stay there for 3-4 hours or whatnot and not being able to kind of leave. And now we've broke it down so like those leaders of those different departments have shifts. Yeah. So we can kind of break it down. They can do for the first half and then like have somebody relieve them for the second half, that type of thing. So I think it lets everybody still enjoy it no matter what. Yeah.
Well, earlier I asked you your favorite of Trunk or Treat. It's could have gone either way. Mm-hmm. Do you have because I have something a like fail or like a like not a least favorite, but like something that went wrong that you can laugh about now, not anything bad, because I have something in mind. I have something.
Okay, so there was one for me from the first trunk from the first Easter egg hunt, I should say. It is the Easter egg hunt. For the first Easter egg hunt, we were doing the hunts, and I think we still had 3 different hunts that day as well too. And I was emceeing, and I was trying to get everybody to get prepared for the hunt itself, and I would kind of count it down and get everybody to start the hunt. I think one year, that first year, I ended up, I forget how it went, but I ended up getting people prepared a little too soon. And then
I remember this.
And then I think everybody got really confused because I said, all right, are you guys ready? All right, I'm going to count down to 3. Here we go. And as soon as I said, here we go, everybody rushed the field. Yeah. And I was like, no, wait, no, stop, wait. And then people, like the kids just went crazy and they didn't hear me. And they were already started grabbing eggs. And obviously at that point in time, only like some kids got eggs, other kids didn't. And so that on top of not having enough eggs, I think really took me for a loop, and I was like, oh my god, I just jacked this whole thing up.
Like, do I put them back? Do I keep them in my basket? Like, kids said no. Parents are mad. Yeah.
Oh my god, I screwed up so bad on that, and I was just like, you know what? All right, I guess it's another learning curve out of the dozens of the learning curves that we had that day. Yeah. That was probably one of the biggest ones that I had.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember the facial expressions we got for that one. Yeah. Okay, I got one.
Okay, let me know yours.
I want to hear about my Phil. I call this one the Left Behind series.
Okay.
Last year, Trunk or Treat. Everyone left me.
Wait, when?
Before it started.
The Trunk or Treat?
Trunk or Treat.
Oh, yes.
I was here by myself.
Yes.
Me and Miss Ruthie. And none of y'all were here. You, Corbin, Greg, Jim, no one was here. And people started getting here.
Yeah.
And guess who had the map of where everybody parked?
I did.
You did. You did. It's the Left Behind series.
Oh, God.
I wasn't even expecting. It was like probably 4:30.
Yeah.
Y'all weren't supposed to be there yet, but people were getting there early.
Yeah.
Corbin was not answering his phone. Go figure. Greg was like at home, I think, changing, so he was close by. But what I needed, you had, and you were in traffic.
Yes. And I got stuck on the 321.5 bridge.
Yes, you got stuck on the bridge. So people were getting here, and it wasn't Trunk or Treaters, it was our sponsors.
Yes.
And I didn't know where to put them. Yep. And it did matter. That matters. It doesn't seem like it matters to some people, but there are some trunks that need power.
Yep.
And we have outlets, but they're not
everywhere,
every 2 feet on the wall.
Yep.
They're spread out. So we strategically, and some people had 2 spots. Bel Air Barber has 2 spots back to back, not side to side, and that matters because of the trailer. We try to give people more than just 1 spot. We try to give them 12 feet or something like that.
Yeah, it's like an extra
so they can open their doors.
Yeah, it's like an extra 4 feet. I think.
So you and I have to go out there and map that out.
Yep.
And number them, and then we send people their spots, what spot they're going to be in, and all that. And I did not have that paperwork, and I had 4 people here.
Yeah.
And I did not know where to put them. And then people would start getting here, and they didn't get the memo that they had a spot, so they would park. Well, then I wouldn't realize who they were because I was one-man show, again, Left Behind series. And Ruthie was here, and she was helping tremendously, but there were still only 2 of us. So then people were starting to get their stuff out, and I was like, you gotta move. Sorry. I was stressed to the max. When you and Corbin pulled in, I felt like I just needed to go in my office and just curl up because I needed to debrief.
You called me, and then Ruthie called me, and I was right on the bridge. And when I answered, you were like, "Oh, people are already getting here. Where's the map?" I'm like, "I have it right here."
I was like, "But you're not here."
It was like one of those scenes from Bruce Almighty where I was just like, "Not during sweeps week."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've seen way too many movies because I have not seen that either.
Oh my God, Jim Carrey! I love Jim Carrey. That's one of the best things ever.
And I needed Corbin for something specific too, and he wasn't even answering, so I didn't even know where he was. And
I think we need power cords.
Yeah. And he was not. I was stressed.
Yeah.
And I think I called Greg and I was like, "Hey, I need these." He was like, "Corbin got them." Oh, I need it in the storage unit. And Patrick, I need it in the storage unit for something. So I sent Patrick there. Well, what we needed in the storage unit wasn't there. It was actually here.
Yes.
So Patrick's standing in the storage unit, called me. He's like, "Beth, I don't know."
Oh, was it the inflatables?
It's the inflatables.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know where they're at. Parker's coming running back and forth. It was
It was a crazy hectic.
Left Behind series.
Oh my gosh, man.
But I mean, I was here. I was here, and I was prepared as I could be, and I was by myself, except for Miss Ruthie, who didn't have a paper either. And people were calling her for something. People were calling her about something that not related to trunk or treat. I mean, it was a Friday, so I don't know if it was people trying to get things for rentals. It was something, and so Miss Ruthie's phone was going crazy, so she was trying to help me, but she was also trying to still work, and I was stressed.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest with you. All right, so here's one thing I want people to understand as well too. If you try to call me during those hours of setup, I'm probably not going to answer.
No.
Neither of us will probably answer unless it's one of the other that's trying to get in contact.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody else, I'm probably not going to answer because I'm right in the middle.
Well, we have sponsors calling us too. Hey, I'm running behind, or hey, I forgot this. Do you have it? Or hey, this, and so that's the only people that we can probably answer at that point.
Yep.
Or send a text saying emergency.
Yeah.
So we know, but
yes.
And that's what I was doing. I was texting all 4 of y'all saying emergency because y'all all left me and I was here by myself.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. Oh my gosh.
But you had to go home and feed the dog.
Yes, I had to because nobody was home.
Yeah.
So I had to go feed the dog and let her out.
Same
and
dog.
Of course, that was the first year I had a dog. So that's that we've had a dog in forever. So I didn't know, I wasn't used to it still.
We didn't think people would be here as early. And like I said,
I
like people getting here early. I'd rather be here early than late. But I didn't have that map, and I needed that map really bad.
Yeah, but now I know. Put it on the drive. Drive.
We're going to just print them off and tape them on all the windows. Go find your spot. It's on the window.
We'll hand them out to everybody. Everybody gets a handout. Everybody gets a handout.
See, but that's something we learned.
Yes, exactly. True
last year was, or not last year, the year before last was the first year we actually assigned spots.
Yep.
Because we needed to do that. So we did that. Yep. And then so last year we did that, but we didn't communicate, or we needed to share it more. So we're learning. Who knows what this year we're gonna have to learn, but we'll find something. I'm sure we've already thought of something we need to do for this year.
We'll get it down. We'll get it down for sure. We'll say it'll be fun, spooky, and chaotic still at the same time this next year.
Yeah.
So
this year,
we'll be good.
Yeah, Halloween is on a Friday.
It is.
And there's no school.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and say that we are going to do it on Halloween night this year.
Yes.
And the reason, and I've had people ask
Have we done it
before?
question, I don't think we've done it on Halloween.
I don't think we've done it on Halloween. Yeah, sorry. Because people have already asked when we're doing it. Mm-hmm. We like to do it on Friday nights because we don't want to take, weekends away.
Right.
Because,
games.
Saturday football.
That's right.
We don't want to take it away because at that point there would just be the coincidence that the Razorbacks would play at 6:00 on Saturday night.
Yep.
And who wants to be up here? Unless we had a big jumbotron and we could play the game or something.
Oh, that would be a bad idea.
So we do it on Friday night for that reason. We, of course, look at the Panther games and make sure. And I don't think we've ever had a home game that night.
No, not that.
Make sure it's not homecoming, of course. But yeah, we've never done it on Halloween. So I've had some backlash on that. People saying, we're going to go do our own thing. We're not going to be there. And, you do whatever you need to do. We're still going to have a lot of people here.
Yes.
Come to ours first and then go to your neighborhood. Do your neighborhood while it's bright and then come to ours while it's dark.
Yeah.
Because it's so lit up. We have a photographer come and do photos and drone. We like it to see all the lights, when it is dark. He's flying his drone. So you can do both. You don't have to pick. You can do both. But this year it will be on Halloween night. I don't know, what do we usually do, 6 to 9?
It's about 6 to 9, yeah.
So just throwing that in there because we have already planned it.
Yes.
March, and we've already planned it.
Yeah,
we have to look ahead because we do get those questions. So
dude, it's going to be so I think we're expanding the parking lot as well too, because this last year we not that we ran out of space, but there was a lot of people that
we can
couldn't
use
fit.
it in a better way.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that we had to kind of say, sorry, we kind of already have like a whole bunch of trunks. We can't do it right now. But we'll think about it for next year.
Yeah.
And there's also other vendors as well too that kind of want to be a part of it also. So we're gonna probably expand it even more. And the goal maybe not for this year, but for the goal for the future is to literally take up the entire parking lot of all sides.
Yes.
Just kind of figuring out.
And that's all sides from in front of our office where our office is currently, all the way to the other side of Flat Branch where the ice machine is.
Yep.
Like all that's our parking. I know it's a weird parking. It kind of curves, it jig-jags, whatever, but that's all our parking. So let's use it.
Yeah.
Let's use it.
Yeah. Heck yeah, and it's gonna be huge. So I think we're gonna be expanding that as well too. We just gotta figure out the layout for that. But I think it's gonna be really, really nice to be able to have that many people be a part of it, and I'm pretty sure people will be there for like hours just to get to be able to get to each one of the trunks. We'll take them almost the entire time.
There are people too that have told me in the past that that's the only thing they do for Halloween.
Really?
They don't do stuff. They either don't live in a neighborhood.
That's
they
true.
don't want to walk around their neighborhood. Maybe they live in Greystone and it's too hilly. They don't want to walk it or something like that. Or it's just not safe. I mean, we have some friends that live in a neighborhood that there's so many trunk-or-treaters that a car going by in and out, just maybe coming home from work, it's scary. There's a lot of kids out. So, and that might deter people from doing it in their neighborhood or whatever the reason may be. So this is the only thing they do. And so they want to spend the whole time there. They want to go to dinner. I've had people say, we do that and then we go bowl.
Yeah.
They park at the bowling alley. They come here and then they go and change in their car, change in the bathroom, whatever. They go bowl.
Yeah.
And so, because it's right there. So we want people to be able to come and stay for a couple hours and hit all of the trunks. Maybe hit them twice.
Yes.
Go through them again.
Why
we
not?
tell our sponsors to have plenty of candy. And then you can pick from a plethora of food trucks.
Yep.
Sit down. We have tables and chairs. Visit. Play games. Whatever. We
Dance.
try to have it all. What? Dance. I said dates. I was like, first date. Yeah. Dance. We have the petting zoo. That's my kid's favorite, of course. That's all he talks about. So, we try to offer all those different things so people can come and make a whole night out of it. And if that is their only way of getting out and doing for Halloween, that it's worth their while.
It's awesome, yeah. And the great thing is that it's not, we have everybody come here and it's not about, promoting for our business. It's not about real estate.
Yeah.
It's just
free event. People ask me that too. How much does it cost to get in?
Yes.
Nothing. Come on.
Both of the events are free.
Yes.
Both of the events are free.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
If you get food at the food trucks, but that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
The events are free. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's not for us. We're not trying to necessarily gain,
Yeah, we're trying to gain business.
if that happens, great. But this is for the community.
It's something just to give back is what it is. It's a way for us to say thank you
Yeah.
for the constant support that we get from all of our sponsors, from all of our community members, and just say thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a way for us to say that.
Yeah.
And give back.
Yeah, because I think you and I agree that we love this town, we love this community. I'll be here forever. I'm never leaving. You were brought here for military, so that's a little bit different. Whereas I was raised here, and I'll never leave. So if this is just 2 things that we can do to give back to this community, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
All for the stress.
For sure.
All for the
Just for
running
you
up and down,
guys.
just for y'all. Yeah. No, we love it.
We love it. It's
yeah.
awesome, man.
But I don't know if we could throw another one on our plate. Woo!
Yeah. I think 2 is enough for us. We will help out and join others that are putting this together. We will definitely do that. We'll sponsor any way we can with our affiliates. But
yeah, spring and a fall event for us is.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's about our fills our cup pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we kind of go out, obviously, I do want to say again, thank you so much for our sponsors, for our associate executive and our principal sponsors, our aquatic park sponsor as well too. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. I know I say that, but I really want to emphasize on it because it really is true. And with their donations that they put together to help us out with this event. It really helps out with getting things to be able to make them bigger, to make them better. And we just want to thank you guys for that every single time. And we'll list them on the event page too as well, so you guys can see, and on our Facebook page, so you can see exactly who it is that's helping us out,
supporting us.
That's supporting us. And again, a lot of new ones as well too. A lot of new ones that we haven't had the opportunity to work with before or be affiliated with, but they're wanting to be a part of this so much because they see what the effect is for our community and how people perceive this, and they just want to be a part of it as well. So I think it's amazing.
Yeah. And the fact that some of them do it every year for every event says a lot, because these businesses, our business, all businesses here, especially in this community, with the amount of Little League and stuff like that, and stuff at the school. I mean, businesses are getting hit up all the time for sponsorships and stuff, and the fact that they choose to do ours, I mean, they do several, but the fact that they do ours, and some of these do them every single year, both of them, they're committed because they know how good these events turn out for our community. They hear feedback too, so from the community that they came to the event and I saw your sign or whatever, and know that helped put the whole event on.
Absolutely.
So, it's huge.
Absolutely. It's so awesome. So awesome. I love it.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We absolutely appreciate you.
So all of our information is going to be on our Facebook page, Facebook and Instagram. If you don't follow us on there, you have to follow us, because that's where our event page for both events are going to be, our Facebook event. All of the dates, times, who's going to be there, special event details, all of that. Like I said, we do videos, posting them on there with that information too. So you got to follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date with those information, those details for the information. And sometimes we'll have bloopers, behind the scene bloopers. That's where Reed comes in play, because he just does whatever I tell him to do. So I have some bloopers sometimes with some videos, and that's just staying up to date. I mean, the chamber posts on their page too about our events, but a bulk of the information is going to come from our stuff. So if you follow us on there, that's where everything's going to be. For sure. But so Easter, I'll go ahead and say that again. April 19th, since it's coming up, April 19th, 10 to 1 at the
Cabot Sports Complex.
Cabot Sports Complex, right by the aquatic park, same parking lot. Saturday. It's a Saturday. The other trunk or treat's Friday, but Saturday morning for Easter. Everything I said is going to be on our Facebook page. So
it's going to be awesome.
If you forget any details, it's going to be on there. Of course, weather will update on theirs too. If weather,
like she said, keep an eye out for that in case of anything like that happens.
Any new information we'll post on there for sure.
Absolutely. Man, we love you guys. You guys always show up big, and we can't wait to see you guys this year again. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Should we do like an episode of like, the aftermath, or a follow-up on these events? We
should definitely do that.
You think we should do that?
Yeah.
Only if we survive?
Only if we survive. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do an after Easter, since that's the most recent, and then maybe after trunk or treat, and let you know how it went.
We'll give them the inside scoop while it's still fresh in our minds.
But if you come, then you know how it went because you were there. So.
That's right. So don't miss out.
Show up and you'll see all the drama entails. Yes.
Hey, you show up, we'll show out. All right.
Yes.
So you guys come by.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, guys. So Bethany, thank you so much for being my co-host today. Appreciate you. It's a nice switch of pace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To have a little bit of a co-host on here as well too. I think we should probably do.
Questions.
I know, right? It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I only did my first ever episode on somebody else's podcast like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
I've done this podcast for almost like three years now, and that was the first time ever. It was weird.
Wow.
It was weird.
Maybe
Anyways,
we should change the rules and I'll just completely interview you one.
that would be awesome.
We should do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
down. All right, guys, you heard it here. Thank you guys so much. Again, this is another episode of the Edge Realty Podcast. I am Yashua Suarez for Bethany Kidd. We'll see you guys later, and can't wait to see you out.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Edge Realty Podcast. We hope you found the insights valuable and enjoyed the discussion. If you did, we'd love for you to help us spread the word. Please share this episode with friends, family, and anyone you think might benefit from our content. Your support helps us reach more people and continue bringing you the best real estate insights. Don't forget to engage with us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to stay updated with our latest episode, behind the scenes content, and more. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment, ask a question, or share your thoughts on what topics you'd like for us to cover on future episodes. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our podcast, which is now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Amazon Music, so you never miss an episode. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you next time on the Edge Realty Podcast, where we're dedicated to helping you navigate the world of real estate with confidence and success. Until then, take care and happy house hunting.